In this video, I'd like to go over some of the things that are under the Appearance tab. So we can go to Appearance Themes here. Just show you what they are. You can see that we're running the Division child theme, and it's a child theme of Division. And this is a generic WordPress theme that comes along with a WordPress install. It's handy to have when you're trying to test, debug certain situations where you could click to activate it to see if it's something in your theme causing an issue. But you typically won't have to deal with this. I just wanted to go over it. Customize will take you to the front end, and you can add a few different things, like the site identity is essentially like the favicon, right? You can see we have a little smiley face here. Menus and widgets, which actually we're going to get into right after this. And we have, the theme and stuff. So we'll just click out of this. I'm going to show you widgets. So if we have a sidebar set up, you can see we will have an area to add different widgets. So these are the ones that come with WordPress. There are countless of plugins and widgets that you can get. Some of the plugins that we have installed, for example, the Revolution slider has its own widget. You can play around with these if you'd like. So what's currently in there, this just comes over default: recent posts, recent comments, archives. You can add titles to these, custom titles. So you can see categories. These are blog categories. A lot of times sidebars are used in blogs mainly. Sometimes they're used in pages too. Just really depends on what the site is about and what has been decided as far as how it's going to be laid out. So you can see we have custom menu, and so if we want to add this, we can just drag it over just like that, and we can rearrange these just like that. So this is a custom menu. So if you made a custom menu, which I will show you menus after this, you can see we have one menu, and we could add that menu if we wanted to. We'll just delete that because we don't need that. We can add a list of our pages. We can add a form. We can add a slider. We can add a text thing that just says, and see if it's too far away, you can just click it and tell it where to add it. But text widgets, just like you have title, and then you can add whatever kind of text you want. So if you want to add a message, or if you want to add something, whatever you'd like. Tag cloud would just be like all of your tags that you use, and they'll change in size based on how popular they are, how many posts have that particular tag attached to it. So that's just a brief. I just wanted to go over a little bit of the widgets and how you add them and how you move them and how you title them and that kind of thing. So let's get into menus. And you really don't ever need to mess with editor, because that's actually editing the theme itself, the actual code, and shouldn't need to go in there. So you can see here we have menu. We're in the menu section. This is the current main menu. You can see it's the header menu, which is right here. So if we want to create a new menu, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll call this test menu, and we'll click create menu, and we can see on the left side here that we have our pages. Now this is the most recent pages. Now considering we have so few pages, it's all of the pages, but we can go to view all, see all of our pages. We can even search if we have a lot of different pages. So let's add test page to this menu. You can see that we have posts, so we can add an actual post to our navigation here. The best post ever written, if I do say so myself. And we can add custom links here, so we could, take them to Google. I add a little S there, and we could say Google. Add it to there. We can add categories. These are the two these are the two categories that we added previously on the post demo. Now we can also drag them and make these a sub item, and that means that they will appear in a drop down. And you can even go 3 levels. So you can have like drop down to this, drop down to this. And I can show you what that looks like. We'll click Save Menu, and then we will replace the main menu. We will remove this menu from the header, and we will change it to test menu will be the new menu. So excuse me. So here we go. Do a little refresh. You can see our new. Oops. You can see our new navigation. We have test page, the best post ever written, and then we have top level cat, subcat, and then Google. So you can see how that's how that works. So if we had a lot of different things, like best post ever written is you know, just like that, we can have several different things. So let's just take a look at that real quick, just for fun. You can see we have top level, and then we have these three, and then this one has its own child. So we have top level, children, and then children of children, essentially. So let's take that back off. But that's how you edit and create different menus in WordPress.